Instant noodles. Quick, cheap, and comforting. What could possibly go wrong? For seniors, everything. From sky-high sodium that spikes your blood pressure to hidden recalls the CFIA never told you about. Those colorful packages are ticking time bombs for your heart and kidneys. Today, we expose 9 instant noodle brands to avoid and the 2 that are actually safe. Coming in at number 9, we have Mr. Noodles. This Canadian classic has been a pantry staple for decades. The red and yellow packaging feels familiar, almost nostalgic. The brand promises convenience and taste at a price anyone can afford. But here is what they do not want you to know. A single full pack of Mr. Noodles chicken flavor contains approximately 1,200 milligrams of sodium. That is more than half of what Health Canada says you should consume in an entire day. For seniors managing blood pressure or taking heart medications, that one innocent-looking bowl could be the difference between stable readings and a crisis. And it gets worse. The Mr. Noodles chicken flavor noodle bowl, the larger cup version you see at convenience stores, packs a staggering 2,160 milligrams of sodium per serving. That single bowl nearly hits the entire daily limit of 2,300 milligrams recommended for healthy adults, and far exceeds the 1,500 milligram ideal limit for those with cardiovascular concerns. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry experiment. Monosodium glutamate sits prominently in the seasoning packet. Palm oil coats those noodles, adding saturated fat to every slurp. Artificial flavoring rounds out the deception. The package shows steaming broth with vegetables. What you actually get is refined wheat flour, sodium bombs, and flavor enhancers designed to make you crave more, while delivering almost zero nutritional value. For seniors with kidney disease, every extra milligram of sodium puts additional strain on organs already working overtime. The protein content barely registers at around 5 grams per half pack. The fiber is negligible, around 1 gram per serving, which is nowhere near the 30 grams recommended daily. You finish the bowl feeling full, but malnourished. Your blood pressure creeps up. Your kidneys struggle to filter the excess salt. And Mr. Noodles just keeps smiling from the package. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that women who ate instant noodles twice or more per week had significantly higher odds of developing metabolic syndrome. That includes high blood pressure, elevated blood sugar, excess abdominal fat, and abnormal cholesterol. The connection was clear. The evidence was damning. Yet Mr. Noodles keeps those colorful packages on Canadian shelves without a single warning about cardiovascular risk. When you open that seasoning packet, the smell hits immediately. Intense, salty, artificial. That is not the aroma of real chicken. That is the scent of sodium chloride, MSG, and flavor enhancers engineered in a laboratory to trigger your brain's pleasure centers. At number 8, we have Nissin Cup Noodles. Nissin invented instant noodles back in 1958. The founder, Momofuku Ando, lived to 96 years old eating ramen daily, at least according to company lore. They want you to believe that story. They want you to trust the brand that started it all. But in March 2025, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency issued a recall for Nissin Big Cup Noodles. The reason was undeclared allergens, undeclared shrimp in one variety, undeclared peanut in the curry flavor. These products were distributed across Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and sold online. Seniors with allergies who trusted the label could have faced severe reactions. How did this happen? How does one of the biggest noodle companies in the world fail to properly declare allergens that could kill someone? Beyond the recall, a single package of Nissin's chicken-flavored ramen contains approximately 1,800 milligrams of sodium. That is nearly an entire day's worth of salt in one sitting. For a senior on blood pressure medication, eating this product could directly interfere with their prescription's effectiveness. The medication tries to lower pressure while the sodium works against it. The noodles are deep-fried during manufacturing, adding trans fats and saturated fats that elevate LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that clogs arteries. The preservative TBHQ, tertiary butyl hydroquinone, extends shelf life but has raised questions in studies about long-term consumption. Animal studies showed liver enlargement at high doses. Nissin promises a quick, satisfying meal. They deliver sodium overload, questionable preservatives, and products that get recalled because they cannot even get the ingredient label right. If they miss allergens, what else are they missing? The styrofoam cups that Nissin made famous for decades have raised their own concerns. Hot. Water poured into polystyrene can leach chemicals into your food. While Nissin announced plans to transition to paper cups in 2024, millions of Canadians have already consumed countless meals from those questionable containers. When you peel back the lid of a Nissin Cup noodle, noodles. Steam rises, carrying that distinctive artificial aroma. The freeze-dried vegetables float to the surface, tiny specks of what once resembled food. The broth looks appealing, but tastes primarily of salt and MSG. Now at number 7, we have Maruchan. Maruchan sits in practically every grocery store in Canada. The price makes it irresistible, often under $1 per package. The flavors range from beef to shrimp to chicken. The branding looks innocent. The reality is anything but. A single serving of Maruchan instant lunch contains around 1,720 milligrams of sodium. That exceeds 40% of the daily recommended limit in one small cup. One cup, one meal. Nearly half your salt intake gone. But here is where Maruchan gets clever with deception. The nutrition label lists a serving size as half a package for the dry noodles. Nobody eats half a package. Everyone knows you cook the whole thing, so when you actually consume a full package, you are getting double what that innocent-looking label suggests. The real sodium content for a full pack can exceed 1,600 to 1,800 milligrams. The preservative TBHQ appears in Maruchan's ingredient list, same as Nissin. The European Food Safety Authority has flagged potential carcinogenic effects at high doses. Now, you probably are not eating enough Maruchan to reach dangerous TBHQ levels in one sitting. But if you are eating these noodles multiple times per week, that exposure accumulates. For seniors managing diabetes, the rapid blood sugar spike from refined wheat flour noodles presents another problem. There is virtually no fiber to slow absorption. The glycemic load hits fast and hard. Blood sugar spikes, then crashes. Energy fluctuates. Cravings return. According to a study of South Korean college students published in Nutrition Research and Practice, frequent consumption of instant noodles was associated with increased risk of obesity and cardiometabolic risk factors, including high cholesterol. The research is mounting. The evidence is clear. Picture the preparation. You tear open that thin plastic wrapper and drop the dry noodle brick into boiling water. It floats for a moment before softening, releasing the palm oil coating into the broth. The seasoning packet feels almost greasy between your fingers. When you stir it in, the water transforms into a murky brown liquid that smells intensely of artificial beef or chicken. There is nothing natural about that color or aroma. Number 6 brings us to Maggie. Maggie noodles hold nostalgic power in many cultures. The Nestle-owned brand has been around since the late 1800s. Generations have grown up with that distinctive yellow packaging. The 2-minute preparation time became legendary. But nostalgia does not equal nutrition. A single 70-gram pack of Maggie contains approximately 820 milligrams of sodium. That alone is more than 1/3 of the recommended daily limit. And most people do not stop at one pack. The main ingredient is refined wheat flour, called maida in some regions. It offers practically no fiber and gets digested rapidly, spiking blood sugar almost immediately. For seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes, this rapid glycemic response creates dangerous fluctuations that can interfere with medication timing and effectiveness. Palm oil features prominently in Maggie's formulation, contributing saturated fat that raises LDL cholesterol when consumed regularly. The Tastemaker packet contains MSG, sugar, artificial flavors, and more salt. The combined effect creates something undeniably tasty but nutritionally empty. In 2015, Maggie faced a massive recall in India due to excess lead, content, and improper MSG labeling. While that recall did not directly affect Canada, it revealed serious quality control issues in the global supply chain. If lead contamination could slip through in one market, what safeguards exist elsewhere? When you hold an uncooked Maggie noodle brick, notice how it glistens under light. That sheen is palm oil, processed and refined, waiting to raise your LDL cholesterol with every serving. The seasoning packet inside contains more sodium than a handful of potato chips. Yet the packaging shows wholesome imagery, families smiling, steam rising from appetizing bowls. If this helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It is free and it means you will never miss these exposés. At number 5, we have Samyang Buldak Ramen. Samyang Buldak, often called fire noodles, exploded in popularity thanks to viral social media challenges. Young people film themselves sweating, crying, and gasping while eating these Korean noodles. The heat comes from extremely high Scoville units. The clout comes from surviving the challenge. But for seniors, this is no joke. Each serving of Samyang Buldak contains over 1,700 milligrams of sodium, approximately 70% of what an average adult should consume in an entire day. That single bowl could push someone taking blood pressure medication into dangerous territory. The extreme capsaicin from the chili peppers can trigger gastrointestinal distress, acid reflux, and stomach irritation. For seniors already dealing with digestive issues, issues or taking medications that affect the stomach lining, these noodles could cause genuine harm. Heartburn, cramping, and nausea are common complaints even from younger consumers. The ingredient list includes TBHQ, MSG, artificial colors including yellow number 6 and red number 40, and high amounts of saturated fat from palm oil. The European Union has stricter regulations on some of these additives than North America does. And here is a disturbing detail. A viral video circulated showing California cancer warning labels on Samyang packaging. The label stated warning, cancer, and reproductive harm. While California's Proposition 65 warnings appear on many products, seeing it on food you are about to eat should give anyone pause. Here is something the viral videos never show. The aftermath. Hours after eating Samyang Buldak, many consumers report intense stomach cramp, acid reflux that burns the esophagus, and bathroom emergencies. For seniors taking blood thinners or stomach acid medications, the capsaicin in these noodles can irritate the stomach lining and potentially cause bleeding in extreme cases. The noodles themselves have a distinctive bright orange color from the chili coating. When you drain the water and add the sauce packet, the transformation is dramatic. That fiery red coating clings to every strand, glistening with oil and concentrated spice. The aroma makes eyes water before you take a single bite. This is food, designed for spectacle, not sustenance. Most people never learn how to actually protect themselves from these hidden dangers, but we are going to break down exactly what to look for and which brands pass the test at the very end. Stick around. Number 4 is Nongshim Shin Ramyun. Nongshim Shin Ramyun ranks among the most popular Korean instant noodles worldwide. The red packaging is iconic. The spicy beef broth promises authentic Korean flavor. Grocery stores across Canada stock it prominently, but a single 120-gram package contains approximately 1,760 milligrams of sodium. According to Health Canada, teenagers and adults should consume around 1,500 milligrams per day. One pack of Shin Ramyun exceeds that entire daily recommendation. For seniors managing hypertension, this single meal could counteract prescription medications. The salt load forces kidneys to work harder, filtering excess sodium. Blood pressure rises. Cardiovascular strain increases. While Nongshim claims no MSG added on some packaging, this comes with an asterisk. The fine print reveals naturally occurring MSG from hydrolyzed vegetable proteins and yeast extract. So while they technically do not add pure MSG crystals, the flavor enhancement effect remains through these naturally derived sources. The noodles get flash fried in palm oil during manufacturing, adding saturated fat that accumulates with regular consumption. A University of British Columbia analysis found that the high sodium content in products like Shin Ramyun represents a major public health concern given their widespread availability and low cost. Watch what happens when you prepare Shin Ramyun. The dried vegetable flakes float to the surface, specks of green and red that create an illusion of nutritional variety. The broth turns a rich red-orange color, appetizing and aromatic, but that color comes primarily from artificial colorings and chili powder, not from nutrient-dense ingredients. For seniors on fixed incomes who rely on affordable protein sources, Shin Ramyun looks like a reasonable choice. The marketing suggests hearty, warming nourishment. The reality delivers sodium that strains kidneys, fat that clogs arteries, and refined carbohydrates that spike blood sugar without providing lasting energy. Isn't it strange how billion-dollar food companies keep having recalls, yet their products are still on every shelf? Do you think the CFIA protects consumers or the food industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments. At number 3, we have Indomie Mi Goreng. Indomie Mi Goreng holds cult status. The Indonesian-style dry noodles come with multiple seasoning packets, creating layers of sweet, salty, and spicy flavor. Students love it. Late-night snackers crave it. The taste genuinely delivers. But at what cost? A single pack of Indomie Mi Goreng contains approximately 2,300 milligrams of sodium. That is your entire daily limit in one bowl. Not half, not most of it, all of it. Before you eat anything else that day, you have already maxed out on salt. The World Health Organization recommends less than 2,000 milligrams of sodium daily. Indomie exceeds that recommendation in a single serving. For seniors with heart conditions or kidney disease, this is not a meal. It is a medical risk. The preservative TBHQ appears again, used to prevent oxidation in the palm oil that coats the noodles. Artificial colors, including yellow number 5 and yellow number 6, have been linked to hyperactivity in children and are subject to stricter regulations regulations in Europe than in North America. The sweet soy sauce packet contains added sugar, driving up calorie content without adding nutrients. The fried shallots taste incredible, but add more fat. The total package delivers roughly 400 calories with minimal protein, almost no fiber, and enough sodium to strain cardiovascular systems. The preparation of Indomie Mi Goreng is almost ritualistic. 5 separate packets accompany the noodles: seasoning powder, seasoning oil, sweet soy sauce, chili sauce, crispy fried shallots. Each one adds sodium, each one adds fat. Combined, they transform bland noodles into an addictive experience that your brain craves, but your body cannot safely process repeatedly. When you drain those noodles and toss them with all 5 packets, the aroma is intoxicating. Sweet, savory, spicy, umami. Your mouth waters. Your brain releases dopamine. This is food engineering at its most sophisticated, designed to override satiety signals and create consumption habits that benefit the company while harming the consumer. Don't go yet. The solution comes at the very end, and it could change how you shop forever. We are revealing exactly which brands actually pass the test and deserve a spot in your pantry. Number 2 on our list is Bikiang instant noodles. Bikiang may not be as familiar as some other brands on this list, but it shows up in Asian grocery stores across Canada. The colorful packaging features Chinese characters and appealing food photography. In July 2024, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency issued a recall for Bikiang brand instant noodles. The reason was undeclared peanut. Products were distributed in British Columbia, Alberta, and Ontario before the recall notice went out. For seniors with peanut allergies, consuming undeclared allergens can trigger anaphylaxis, a life-threatening reaction. The CFIA warning was clear: do not consume recalled products as they may cause a serious or life-threatening reaction. This was not an isolated incident. The importer, 5 Continents International Limited, appeared on recall notices for other products as well. When a company repeatedly fails to properly declare allergens, it reveals systemic problems with quality control and label verification. Beyond allergens, Bikiang noodles follow the same problematic formula as other instant noodles: high sodium, refined carbohydrates, MSG, palm oil, minimal nutritional value. For seniors on fixed incomes who shop at discount grocers and ethnic markets, products like Bikiang seem like smart budget choices. But when companies cannot even accurately label allergens, the savings could cost you everything. Why do you think foods with chemicals banned in Europe are still considered safe in Canada? Drop your thoughts below. And now, number 1, the worst offender: Dalkoku Tonkotsu Ramen. Dalkoku Tonkotsu Ramen might sound gourmet. Tonkotsu refers to the rich pork bone broth style of ramen from Kyushu, Japan. The packaging suggests premium quality. The price point reflects supposed authenticity. In January 2024, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency recalled Dalkoku brand Tonkotsu ramen noodles. The reason was improperly declared milk, a Class 1 recall, the most serious classification, indicating high probability of adverse health consequences. For seniors with lactose intolerance or milk allergies, consuming undeclared dairy can cause reactions ranging from digestive distress to severe allergic responses. The recall was distributed nationally, meaning Canadians across the country may have already consumed a product with hidden allergens. The same importer, 5 Continents International Limited, distributed this product, the same company connected to the Bikiang peanut recall. Patterns emerge. Companies that fail to properly declare one allergen often fail with others. Quality control problems do not appear in isolation. Beyond the recall, Dalkoku follows the standard instant noodle playbook: excessive sodium content that strains cardiovascular systems, refined wheat flour that spikes blood sugar, MSG and flavor enhancers that trigger overconsumption, palm oil that adds saturated fat. Dalkoku marketed premium Japanese-style ramen for discerning palates. They delivered a recalled product with undeclared allergens, distributed by a company with repeated food safety failures, wrapped in packaging that made it look safe. For seniors managing multiple health conditions, navigating complex medication regimens, and trusting food labels to protect them, Dalkoku represents the ultimate betrayal. The label did not say milk. The product contained milk, period. Now, after exposing 9 brands that pose serious risks to your health, let us talk about the options that actually deserve a place in your kitchen. The first safe option is Lotus Foods Organic Millet and Brown Rice Ramen. Here is why this brand stands apart from everything else on the list. First, the sodium content is dramatically lower. While brands like Indomie pack over 2,300 milligrams of sodium per serving, Lotus Foods rice ramen noodles contain minimal sodium, often under 100 milligrams for the noodles alone. You control the broth. You control the salt. Second, the ingredients are simple and transparent: organic brown rice flour and organic millet flour. That is it. No palm oil, no TBHQ, no MSG, no artificial flavors or colors. 2 ingredients you can actually pronounce and understand. Third, these noodles are gluten-free, making them suitable for seniors with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Whole grain millet and brown rice are among the most nutritious and easily digestible grains available. Fourth, they cook in just 4 minutes, maintaining the convenience factor that makes instant noodles appealing in the first place. Fifth, Lotus Foods adheres to strict organic standards and supports sustainable farming practices. Their more crop per drop methods reduce water usage and empower small family farms. For seniors watching sodium intake, managing blood sugar, or simply wanting to know exactly what they are eating, Lotus Foods delivers actual nutrition instead of empty calories. Add your own low-sodium broth, vegetables, and protein for a complete meal that supports rather than undermines your health. This is what instant noodles should have been all along. Simple ingredients, transparent labeling, nutritional value you can actually measure. The second recommendation is Koyo Organic Ramen. Koyo offers another excellent alternative for health-conscious Canadians. Their ramen noodles are made from organic wheat flour and are air-dried rather than deep-fried. This eliminates the saturated fat from palm oil that plagues conventional instant noodles. The sodium content in Koyo products runs significantly lower than mainstream brands. While Maruchan and Nissin pack 1,500 to 1,800 milligrams of sodium, Koyo's soup packets allow you to control your salt intake or skip the packet entirely and create your own broth. Koyo does not use MSG, artificial colors, or artificial preservatives. The ingredient lists are short and readable. You know exactly what you are consuming. The company offers multiple varieties, including reduced sodium options specifically designed for those managing hypertension and cardiovascular health. This shows awareness and respect for their consumer base. For seniors who want the comfort and convenience of instant noodles without the health compromises, Koyo provides a legitimate alternative. Air-dried noodles with organic ingredients and transparent labeling demonstrate that affordable instant noodles do not have to be health hazards. Both Lotus Foods and Koyo prove an important point. Safer options exist. You do not have to choose between convenience and health. You do not have to accept sodium bombs and questionable additives as the price of a quick meal. Not all instant noodles are created equal. Some could put your health at serious risk. Subscribe now. And if you are watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again. Your heart, your kidneys, and your health depend on making informed choices. The information exists. The safer options exist. Now you know the difference. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember, convenience should never cost you your health.